Yeah, we want to talk about some laminate today and just talk about Finfloor. You guys have got a hell of a reputation in South Africa and across border. And last week we were just talking about some laminates, and like, you're almost an encyclopedia of knowledge on this stuff. And I needed to capture it on camera. So thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you very much for the invite. It's been an honor, let's put it that way. And thank you very much for the kind words.
Yeah, we all know that like the higher the density of your laminate floor, the higher the resistance to expansion and the absorption of moisture. Am I correct?
Correct.
Hey.
1 point for you. And also on top of that, it also determines the coverage that you can do before you have to put down an expansion brake.
That is a fantastic point. So like the size of the room before I have to put in a transition, which let's be real. Like if you got a nice big lounge or something, the last thing you want to do is put a transition strip right across the center.
It's unsightly, and if you're going to be putting down a laminate down in those areas, and like you say, having to put down an expansion joint in between the middle of your floor, you're going to have one unhappy client. I can promise you that now.
Okay, what does paraffin wax do?
So basically it's a wax resin that's on the tongue of the product.
Yeah.
As soon as you clip the product in, it's going to squeeze out a fine resin, not seen by the eye throughout the whole process of using the floor.
Yes.
But it squeezes out a fine resin, preventing the excessive moisture from penetrating the product.
This is sealing the joints to a respectable level.
Of course, yeah. It doesn't make it 100% waterproof.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're still working with a wooden component. And wood and water, they don't mix. If water or wood sees water, it starts growing.
Yeah, no, true story. From my perspective, when your planks do get a little bit of moisture and they do start maybe pushing up on the joints, a V-groove hides that. So the products look better for longer.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
2 points.
We're going to start telling this up. So at the end of the day, the V-groove is a little bit of a newer technology in that sense.
Yeah.
The reason why a lot of the suppliers out there are moving towards a V-groove, which does technically push up the price because it's an extra added benefit, is because, like you say, it's going to be hiding most of the imperfections due to moisture problems or moisture damage. 1. 2, it's also less susceptible to chipping on the corners and things like that, especially prior or right through, from prior, during, and then after installation. If your floor is a little bit uneven, your floor is going to open up slightly, especially being a square edge, so that just allows a little bit of grit or moisture or something to start penetrating through that, where with a V-groove, you don't have that sharp edge. So it's pivoting on its own axis, if I can put it that way. And with a vacuum cleaner, and they're brushing over it, and that floor is opened up slightly, it's going to brush over the V-groove.
Potentially hook it and cause a chip.
With the square edge,
Yeah.
yes, definitely.
So that's where the V-groove is, like, by far, it's the upsell.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
Cool.
So with thicker core, you've got greater stability, all right? And you can handle a little bit more indulation in the subfloor. Not that we want to go more than 3 millimeter over 1.5 meter radius.
Just a safeguard proviso there.
That's it. But yeah, so you can cover a little bit more indulation on your subfloor or your subscrete.
What I found with increasing the thickness or the mass is that it actually also has better acoustic properties.
Definitely, yes.
So it's worthwhile exploring and moving up the range if acoustics are important to you.
Correct.
Like when we're considering floors, because like I know you do also all the other floor groups as well, vinyl, SBC, engineered.
Correct,
but
yes.
like the laminate really does deliver. And if I'm thinking about scratch resistance compared to all those other floor types, laminate comes up trumps.
Definitely. Hands down, in my opinion, and I've worked with quite a few different products over the years, especially if you're going towards an aluminium oxide that we put on all of our products, from the Bala being our entry level all the way through to the Black Forest. It just gives it a higher abrasion resistance. Now, what a lot of people do confuse is you've got a difference between a scratch rating and an abrasion rating.
Okay.
Abrasion rating being something flat like your shoe, walking over the product, and obviously it has grit and things of walking outside, etc. And that does create a bit of an abrasion on top of the top surface.
Yes.
Where a scratch resistance would come down to having a sharp object with a load point behind it and dragging it across.
So like an upset neighbor with a steak knife dragging across the floor.
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
cool. But
why they would want to do that, I don't know, but
yeah.
if you're
It
upset,
happens,
you're
right?
upset. Well, the nice thing is if they're coming after you, you can just grab a laminate. It should deflect it a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, cool. No, fantastic. So definitely laminate is still a strong player within the flooring market, and there is a range within the Finfloor offering to really service from entry level. If you're on a tight budget, you can really still get a quality product all the way through to a flagship that looks just like a real engineered oak hardwood floor.
Correct. Because of size, thickness, and just the real feel look to it with the EIR, once again, the registered embossed feel.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us on the channel today. I really do appreciate you standing up to my interrogation on laminate floors, and I look forward to having you as a future guest as we unlock more floor types within the Finfloor family.
100%. Thank you very much for the honor, and to the audience out there, the word of the day is Finfloor, and don't forget it.
No. The word of the day is subscribe, please.
I'd want to, and hit the notification bell.
There we go. There, now you're learning. All right.